Hi, it's time for another Facebook Live. I hope everybody's having a great week and you're making it through your Wednesday okay. The weekend's almost here. Of course, for musicians, that usually means we work more, but that's okay. So I wanted to talk some more about the practice log that I've developed for adults particularly. There are versions that I've done for my kids, but this is a little different. So it's really just a sheet for every day to write down what you've done, but also to analyze what you've done and how it's different and progressive from what you've done before. So learning to play the violin takes a really long time. There's a guy that says that he can teach you how to play the violin in 21 days, and I don't really understand or believe that. It seems insane. It's just so complicated. And why would you want to rush something like that? Playing music, playing a musical instrument is a lifelong companion. It's a lifelong endeavor. So it does take a long time, and sometimes our gains are hard to discern. Yesterday we sounded great. Today it's just not working. And you can only be so good when you are. Right? If you've been playing for a year, you're going to sound like somebody who's been playing for a year. You're not going to sound like somebody who's been studying for 10 years or since they were a kid or whatever. It just takes time. We know from scientific studies that to be an expert at anything takes 10,000 hours to really get to that expert level. So if you figure you've been playing for a year, you managed to practice 20, 30, 60 minutes, 4, 5, 6 days a week, you got a long ways to go before you get to that 10,000 hours. And that's okay. We're not in a rush. But we're so programmed to be results oriented, and we're so programmed to feel like we should just get better every day. It's logical, right? If I did this 10 times yesterday, then it should be better today. And if I do this other thing 10 times today, it should be better tomorrow. But we're not computers. We don't learn in a straight line. We learn in circles, and we get distracted. And maybe one thing is good now, like maybe your intonation was really good today, and then tomorrow you're trying to learn a new passage, so you have to work on your intonation all over again. It doesn't just automatically carry and transfer. So part of the purpose of the practice log is to help you just keep track from day to day. What metronome marking did you do yesterday? What practice spots did you really dig into yesterday? If you're like me, I can't remember what I had for breakfast by the end of the day. So even when I'm practicing regularly, it's hard to keep track of those little details from day to day. There's so much going on. So that's part of it. And then the other part of it is to focus on your bigger gains. Oh, my vibrato was better today. Oh, it felt better to play the violin. I enjoyed it more today. I wasn't as frustrated, or today I got really discouraged, and this is why. Just so that you have something to reflect back on. And this log came out of my lessons with one of my adult students who is kind of always frustrated that she's not just done and better, and the process can get frustrating for her because she's like me and she's results oriented. And so I'm constantly reminding her that for her level, for the pieces we're playing, she's doing great. I mean, if she's playing Dvorak's Humoresque, she's going to sound like a student who should be playing Dvorak's Humoresque. She's not going to sound like a student who's ready to play Mendelssohn, who's playing Dvorak's Humoresque. So we've talked about that so much, and it made me think about other students that don't have a teacher at all or don't have a teacher to talk to about these things. So I created this resource for people, hoping that it would help you the way our conversations, I hope, have helped my adult student. So the practice log will also help you kind of put a plan together for your practice so that you're not just playing through stuff, kind of hoping it gets better, but that you have a set routine and that you have a plan that builds on what you did yesterday in a very purposeful and conscious, mindful way. It will remind you that daily that it is a process that requires patience and diligence, and it will help you achieve satisfaction and pleasure from the process of learning to play the violin, rather than only looking for the achievement of finishing a song or going to a new song. So I'll be back on Friday to start talking through the log. If you haven't done it and you're interested, please go to www.violinguruonline.com and get your free practice log. This paper, the daily sheet, you can just print as many as you want. And then there's a guide that explains what each section of the log is supposed to help you do. Please leave me comments. Tell me how it works for you and how I can change it to make it better for everybody. Have a great night and keep practicing.